So I received a question today via the website. We have this thing where people can submit questions. I'll answer them in a video. Link in the description for that. So this was a question from Connor, and it reads, how do I go about getting my first client and start earning money off mixing? The simple answer to that is there's two types of people that are on the internet. There's the people that consume information, and there's people that supply information. As someone listening and watching this, you're here to consume information. If you want to start landing jobs and you've got no jobs, right? You're literally, this guy said he's coming out of university. He wants to start a mixing service, and he hasn't got any clients. Obviously, he's starting his business, so he wants to pick up his first client. So where does he go? What does he do to pick up his first client? How do you get the ball rolling? Because once you get the ball rolling, it will carry on rolling. How do you get that first client? How do you get that second client? How do you get that third client? How do you turn one client a week into one client a day? Then how do you turn that one client a day into 10 clients a day? And this is pretty much, like I said at the start, there's two people. There's people that consume information, there's people that supply information, content providers. The people that are supplying information, they're putting themselves out there. Right? What you need to be doing is you need to be putting yourself out there. You need people to start finding you. You need to make that connection with a fan base, with people, potential clients. They aren't going to part with their money or want to use your services if you're not someone that, you know, they've spoken to, they've kind of had some sort of interaction with them, right? They want to see you and who you are, and just generally, you know, get to know you a little bit, see that you're a good person, and then require your services. It's not good enough to just be good at what you do. There are lots of people who are good at what they do, but there are people who are good at what they do, and nobody knows about them because they're not putting themselves out there. They're not, they're not got YouTube channels. They've not got Instagrams, or maybe they have got Instagrams and they just don't post a lot. And, you know, when you get a new piece of equipment, take a picture of it, post it online. It's not a case of showing off. It's not a case of, even if you're a type of person that's like, oh, I don't want to, I'm not like one of these people that do selfies. You don't have to do selfies. As a studio person, stick pictures of your studio gear up. You know, people are interested in that. People want to watch you grow as a business. They want to see how you develop. And then they might not want to take the risk and jump in and start working with you on their on like your first few tracks that you're mixing, but they might 100 tracks down the line, after they followed you for 2-3 years, they may then be like, oh, I watched this guy grow from the very beginning, and now look at him. Wow, he must have done really well for himself. You know, I didn't have this lovely Dolby Atmos studio when I first started. I had a relatively small kind of limited setup, but there's people that I work with now who they were there at the start, they watched at the start, but they might not necessarily have required our services, but now they're a full-time client because they've followed us over a period of time. They've got to know us, and that is how you land your first client, you land your second client, you land your third. It's putting yourself out there. At the start, people might not want to know, right? Be prepared that people might not want to know, but give it time. Over a period of time, you know, you keep supplying content, people will keep watching you. You know, your first video that you post on YouTube, don't worry if it gets like 20 views. That's still 20 potential clients there. And just because they don't initially just watch that video and go, yes, I want this guy's services, let's go straight over and order these 20 people, let's go straight over and order mixing off you. That's not going to happen. But those 20 people may, later down the line, after watching your 5th video, 6th video, 7th video, after getting down to there, they may go, you know what, this geezer, he talks a lot of sense. Let's go with him. He seems like someone I can work with. That is how I would recommend going about getting started and getting your first thing. Start getting the ball rolling. Once the ball starts rolling, believe me, it does not stop unless you mess something up. It will get going. You'll pick up your first client, you'll pick up your second client, you'll go on and on and on. So that is my recommendation of how to pick up and get started with your first client. I hope this was interesting. If you like it, subscribe. There's a lot more question and answer videos coming. If you've got a question, in the description on YouTube or go onto our website, there's a link and you can submit your own question. And yeah, I will aim to be going through 1 or 2 every morning.